Hey everybody, how y'all doing? My name is Shawn. I'm with Pam Transport and Driver Solution. Today we're going to be making a video talking about safety. But before I get into this video, I want to mention one thing. Any videos that was recorded and uploaded to my channel or Facebook that shows my truck in motion was strictly recorded by dash cam. The use of any handheld device while operating a commercial vehicle is strictly prohibited. Unfortunately, I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube where drivers were, recording with their cell phones while driving down the road. It's not cool, man. Not cool at all. Get you a dash cam. They're a little expensive, but it's well worth it if you like recording. So, as I said, my name is Shawn. I've been with Pam Transport for over a year now. One of the happiest decisions I've ever made in my life. And, I have a good DM, Mr. Jacob. Shout out to Jacob over out of North Jackson, Ohio. He's a cool guy. One of the best DMs I've had since I've been with the company. He keeps me moving as best as he can. And, he's a cool guy. He's motivational, and he's more of a friend. If you have any questions about Pam Transport, feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I can answer them to the best of my ability. So, now we're going to talk about something that's a little fun. This little item is called the Smith system. For all the new drivers that's coming into the trucking industry, and coming with Pam Transport, this is one of the things you guys definitely will learn about during your training and orientation. There are 5 different keys that make up the Smith system, and we'll discuss them a little bit in a video here. Key number 1 is to aim high at steering. Number 2 is to get the big picture. Number 3 is to keep your eyes moving. Number 4 is to leave yourself an out, and number 5 is to see and be seen. Now let's start with the first one here: aim high at steering. What this involves us as professional drivers to do is, when we're driving down the road, you want to look as far as you can see down the road, and doing so, you want to scan for any type of hazards that may affect the safety of yourself or the others around you. Excuse the beeping, it's just my truck telling me that it's getting ready to start up. But like I said, you want to scan for any type of hazards down the road that can affect the safety of yourself or others. And some of these hazards can involve lane closures, road closures, any type of construction that may be coming up, speed limit changes. Or it can be an accident where traffic came to a screeching stop. It wouldn't be a bad idea to throw on your 4-ways to let the drivers behind you know that you're coming to a stop. Some of them don't know what that means, and they get over and they find out, and they thank you for it. Let's see. The second one is to get the big picture, and by this, you want to observe the things that are around you. Don't just be focused on one thing, or, don't get caught up into your music and just jamming and not paying attention to what's going on around you. You always want to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Observe the drivers around you. What are they doing? Are they in a heated conversation? Are they on a cell phone or texting? Not paying attention to where they're driving? Things like that can easily cause an accident. Like, for example, I had this one instance where I was driving down the road and I was doing mirror checks, which should be done every 3 to 5 seconds, and I noticed that this one guy was on my left side and he was texting on the phone. And so I looked ahead of me again, looked back in my mirror, and next thing you know, he's coming towards my trailer. So I got on my horn to, get him to pay attention and see what he was doing, and he was able to recover without causing an accident. You always want to be observant while you're driving. Don't just look out your window, look in front of you. Look to your blind side, check your mirror. Check your hood mirrors if you have them. Look on your sight side. Do the same thing. The third step is to, keep your eyes moving. You don't want to be fixed on one object. For example, don't stare at your lane markers. You want to keep your eyes moving. Being fixed can send you into, that stare motion or whatever. And by the time you realize that something's getting ready to happen, it's too late for you to even, react to avoid an accident. Like I said, you want to keep your eyes moving. You want to be alert at all times. You want to, staring, one motion can send our body into what's called a trance state. And that can be avoided by keeping your eyes moving and not staying fixed on one object. So the next key is to leave yourself an out. And that's where you get your space cushions. Try and keep a space cushion and an out exit if you need to use it on all sides of your vehicle. You may be driving along and, a car all of a sudden comes to a stop. And, you're going to keep a nice, safe following distance from the vehicle in front of you. And if they come to a complete stop like that, if you have space on your enough space on your left side, go ahead and take it to avoid from hitting them. You want to try and avoid accidents as much as you can. And then the last step is to see and be seen. And one of the worst things that a driver can do is to assume that the drivers around you see you, or to assume that the drivers around you are not dangerous. Like I said, it's one of the worst things you can do is assume. So when you're out there driving, try not to assume what other people around you are going to do. Okay? If you have to, use your horn to alert other drivers of what you're doing. Use your turn signals for sure. I've seen drivers out there who, don't use their turn signals when making a turn and gets into an accident. At least when you put on the turn signal, that at least gives the driver behind you, the chance to realize that, oh, okay, well, this guy's gonna be making a right-hand turn. Let me try not to, go around him or whatnot and turn on the right side of him. I've seen it happen. So again, just to go over those 5 steps again, it's aim high in steering, get the big picture, keep your eyes moving, and the 4th one is leave yourself an out, and the 5th one is see and be seen. So, like I said, you guys will learn more about the Smith system once you start your training if you're going to PAM Transport, and definitely in the orientation they'll go over it. So next on our agenda, we're going to be talking about what to do and what not to do when you're on customer properties.
1, 2, 3, 4. On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again.